shoes for a new life by True Power Associates. Tanya's passion and commitment is 1 in a million, as she is devoted to using her words to empower men and women by offering a spiritual and emotional hope. As the founder and president of True Power for Life Associates, LLC, she has dedicated her life's work to coaching and consulting as she enjoys supporting and challenging her clients to live their best life. Tanya considers it a blessing and an honor to share her unique gifts of motivation for true happiness and fulfillment of life. Tanya believes success is not measured by wins or loses, but by one's commitment to complete the task. Mr. Terrence Holmes, known as Mr. Powerful, is a master at motivational speaking, encouraging his audience to reach for their goals and their dreams. As the president of TWH Technologies, LLC, from the onset of his career with the U.S. Navy, Submarine Forces Engineering and Logistics service industry, he has employed non-traditional strategies to fuel organizational growth. Offering over 20 years of project management experience, his energetic, enthusiastic approach to organizational development is contagious. His love for speaking engages within Toastmasters International with over 250 speeches presented. Terrence believes in your dreams when no one else believes in you. Introducing two powerful people that will excite your spirit with vision, creativity, the inspiring and exhilarating life empowerment coach, Ms. Tanya Wilson, and distinguished Toastmaster International speaker, Mr. Powerful, Terrence Holmes. Thank you.
Well, we are so excited to be here and to be in this moment right now. Can everyone hear me?
Yes.
I think I'm a loudspeaker. Thank you, Michelle, for the wonderful introduction. And Terrence and I came up with this vision, I would say a couple months ago, that we wanted to change everyone's shoes. So we're going to walk through changing our shoes first before we teach you how to change your shoes. Terrence got his tennis shoes on, and he's changing his shoes over to his professional shoes.
I would like us all to please stand. And just pause for a moment. Because the Spirit is in the room. We need to connect with that Spirit. Please sit down. Tanya and I has just changed our shoes. We come here this morning with different passions, different motivating factors. But as I stand before you, and we as a team join together to make this embracing accomplishment, we want you to understand whatever you brought in that door, please put it aside. It is time for you to understand, believe in your dreams when no one believes in you. Can you help me say that? Believe in your dreams when no one believes in you. Believe in your dreams when no one believes in you. Why some of us are successful and why some of our people are not successful. You have to believe in your dreams. If I and Tanya went to your home, would we see it on your refrigerator? Would we see it in your bedroom? Would we see it in your car? This is the motivating factor in individuals that are successful. Let me just talk about a few. Maya Angelou said, "Be a rainbow in somebody's cloud every day." You have the ability, not your aptitude, but your attitude, ladies and gentlemen, is going to take you from point A to point B. Why are we where we're at today? You have to understand in yourself what you're passionate about, what you believe in when no one else believes in you. Some of the figures I look at, that's a beautiful, marvelous woman. Oprah Winfrey has put the bricks in order, put the path in order for us to follow. Because everything that you may think that's negative, there's a higher power that's already channeled your steps. Looking at you ladies, you're so lovely out there this morning. But I know one thing, you like shoes. Yes, you do. You don't have to have a coupon, a sales magazine. Only thing that you have to know is that I saw those shoes and I like them on my feet and I'm going to get them. That's passionate. I don't know how many shoes that are in your closet that you look at and say, I had those on, but I'm not going to wear them today. Oh, I tried them on. Oh, no, they're a little scuffed up. No. But old shoes are good shoes. They feel so good. They're nice and comfortable. It's time to come out of your comfort zone. It's all about your dreams. If you don't believe me, ask Miss Winfrey. When the Baltimore Channel said, you know what? You're not good at this job. I think you might have to leave. Not once did she said, oh, God has been so wrong to me. I think I'll just go in a corner and sob. She did not. She has one of the most powerful industries that I've ever known because she followed her dreams. Whatever your dream is, or whatever your dream is about, believe in it. It will change your shoes. Go ahead.
I'm going to take the mic because I'm a walker and a talker. So we're going to teach you today how to maximize your value creation. How many of us know our value stream? And basically, knowing your value stream, understanding who you are. Why some of us don't know? Why some of us don't know our value stream is because we never take the time to sit down and evaluate who we are and understanding how important it is for the moment that you're in
and your positioning and where you are in life and understanding who you are. So there are 3 C's in life that we need to consider and take a look at it. 3 factors. There's a C of the current fact of making choices. There is the ideal fact of being able to take chances in life. And there's the future state of making changes. Those are the 3 C's of life. And then I want to add one more. One more would be your care factor. I had a situation just the other day where I had to explain to someone about why it's important to care. And it was a sales scenario where someone had sold me something, and it was the product or the service that I needed, but what happened is it didn't match up with the customer service that she was giving. I needed the service, but her care factor was none. And I told her that when you're in sales, that you have the item or you have the product, which is important, but at the same time, you need to be able to have the care factor. You need to be able to care, because I'm going to buy the product as well, but I want you to be able to care about me when I'm making this purchase or having this service performed. I want to know that you care, because that's what I'm going to buy. I'm going to buy on that part alone, that you care about the fact that I'm satisfied, that my purchase is important to you because I'm giving you this sale. And so, after we went over that with a few people, they understood. I said customer service is definitely key, and the care factor is definitely key. So our 3 C's, our choices that we make in life, are significant. And how do we make those choices? How do we determine the important choices in life that we need to make? How do we evaluate them? You evaluate them basically just one piece at a time, taking a look at all the scenarios, all the factors, all the things that are key, all the things that are important. Then you take those choices that you have and you take chances with them. You step out and you take a chance. You have to be able to take a chance. If you don't, you stay stagnant as to where you are, and you're stuck. You don't take any chances, you're stuck, you don't move ahead, no future ahead of you, you just stay in the same position. And then at the end of the day, those choices are going to lead to making changes in life. How do you begin to make the changes? You have to take a chance. So it goes from choices to chances, and then those chances and those choices will lead you to a great change. And that's what we're all here today to make. We're here to make changes in our life. We have to make changes. Some of us want to make changes for our careers. Some of us want to make changes in our families, in our family life. Some of us want to make changes in our personal lives. So we're here today to take those choices, chances, and make those changes in life today. Okay? And that takes us right into a turning point. Have you ever heard, and I think Terrence said it earlier, about stepping out of your comfort zone. And it's very important that we learn to do that. I think that when we started this process of walking through this process, we said that, your comfort zone ends basically when you decide to step out of it. When you decide to make the change to really step out of it. And so with turning points in life, we make a go right, we make a go left, we can go backwards, we can go forward in life. But the most important part of it is knowing that there are turning points and that you can make a U-turn. You can turn around. You can change your direction at any given point in time. It's important to know that you can turn your direction. You can change it. And what that leads to is making shifts. We have to understand the importance of making important shifts in life. And now important shifts, they change at any given point. So you can have a pain experience that'll make you make a shift. You can have an experience that's a happy experience that can make you make a shift. So you can make shifts through all of your experiences. But understand, if you make a wrong turn, you can turn it all the way around. You can turn it around. You can turn your turns into positivity, positive experiences. You can turn it and make a shift. And the one thing is for sure, when I really began to understand that lesson and get that lesson, it was during some pivotal points in my life when I understand that there are certain things I don't have to accept, certain things I don't have to receive, and that if I do make a mistake, I can turn. I can make a U-turn, or I can turn to go right, or I can turn to go left. And I realized how important it is that I got that lesson early on, because if not, I felt like there were some moments where you become defeated. You become defeated and you feel like, oh, I can't. But when you think about life and experiences that we do experience on a daily basis, we experience joys, we experience the pain of life, we experience the happiness of life, we experience celebratory events that we do with our families and our friends. And all of these experiences are about turning points in our lives. And I was blessed by a story that someone had shared with me some time ago, and it was a story about making a turning point when they made a decision to decide to go a different direction that was able to turn them into leading into positivity versus leading into some negative thoughts that they had that they were performing beforehand. So we definitely have to make shifts. We have to understand how important they are and how those shifts lead into, could lead into a negative experience, but we wanted to shift towards a positive experience. We want to start going in the direction of a positive experience. So we want to understand that that's key and that's important.
Can I have a show of hands? Who all in this room have graduated? You don't, if you graduated from middle school, kindergarten, college, high school. I'm standing here before you to let you know I've graduated. When we're talking about taking a turn in life, you have to follow that dream. And ladies and gentlemen, it's in my heart. I'm putting my glasses on so I can see everyone. But you have to believe in that. You cannot let your sister, your brother, your mother, someone talk you out of your dream. You have to believe in that. Why is the rich rich? Why is the poor poor? It's all within yourselves. It's in your DNA. Before you were even born, you have prints in your finger. Your fingerprints. When you was in your mother womb, you were being chosen to be good, to do good, and to share that kindness with others. That walker right there stands for graduation. I graduated. I graduated from a wheelchair, from a walker, to a cane, because we cannot give up. I don't care if you don't have money to pay your light bill, you don't have money to give your child for whatever need they may need today. It could be a cell phone, it could be lunch, but it can be something that you have to give that you don't have. It's about sacrificing, but focusing on your dream. And ladies, you're dominant today, so I can speak directly to you. We as men, we're visual. I don't care how much he tells you those words that's so powerful that I love you, it's visual. But with the visual, you have to have reality. And that reality is, I'm going to make it. I'm not going to fake it. I'm going to be the woman or the man that God made me to be, and I'm going to walk in my presence where when I step into a room, you won't know if I'm the CEO or if I'm the janitor, because I have that spirit in my bones. I have that spirit in my DNA. I'm not going to let you or nobody take it away from me because I graduated. It is so good that we have so many educators in this room, PhDs, MBAs, and BAs and BSs. But a few years ago, I got to speak to the Black Engineering Society on the East Coast. This was Baltimore and Howard and Townsend. And this is what I told those individuals. Just because you have a degree does not make you the smartest person in the room. You're not the smartest person in the room, because there's someone that's at your company, that's in your presence, that's been doing that job before your mother and father was born. They have the knowledge, they have the wisdom, they have the caring. But ladies and gentlemen, we have to understand this. If you do not bring respect and manners in your DNA, part of your dream is missing. My father told me you can get nothing out of life with a closed fist. I don't care if you're in business. I don't care if you're a mom or a caretaker. This principle lasts for everything. If I wanted to give you something right now, you have to open up your hand. But to receive that gift to follow your dream, you have to open up your heart and your mind. Let negativity stay where negativity belongs. And I tell young people, you want to see a change in your life? Change your friends. Change your attitude. Change those people that you talk to every day. Because if they don't believe in your dream, they will stop you from graduating. And then there's this awful thing called money. It's awful because it's a driving factor. Those don't have it that want it so bad, they dream about it. They think about it daily. And those that do have it, don't worry about it. They don't worry about it. In their conversations, it's not about this. Here comes my check. What I'm going to do with this? Some of my friends that make $30 and $40 million a year don't have that conversation. This is the conversation that they have. How can we save what we got and use somebody else's money to make money so I have more of what I have? Case in point, I'm going to go to the store, but I don't want to buy what they have on the rack. I want to go to the section where it's clearance and sale because I want to keep what I have to share. Everyone in this country who made the status of a millionaire came to a part in their life where they even thought about suicide, or they thought about giving up, or they thought about, I'll just leave this dream at the doorstep. And when you decide not to leave that dream at the doorstep, and you take on that personality and that attitude of success, it's overwhelming. It will take you places you never want to go. And that's success. If you can see, you got to have the courage. You have to have the understanding and the wherewithal that you're going to do what you put your mind together. That's what I'm going to do. I know, ladies, that when we were first, I'm still on? There's that man named Adam. There's that woman named Eve. And they taken a rib from Adam to make the woman. But the best team that I've ever seen and ever worked around was my mother and father. Not some principal, not some professor, but teamwork. Because at the end of the day, it's all about what did I do to help someone else. Follow your dream, be successful, and if you have to graduate, graduate. But don't leave anyone behind that you can help. Don't be so in tune that you're the it and you forget about the ones that got you there. Because there are the ones that's going to lift you up. They're the ones that's going to say, I know that person, or I'm kin to that person, with pride and honor and dignity. Back to the verse. Believe in your dreams when no one believes in you. And at the end of the day, you will be much comfortable when it's time for you to put your head on the pillow to rest. Can you hear me back there? Do I need to put the mic down? Okay. So if you're thinking about not graduating or you think about you're stuck in life, don't think about it. Do what you have to do to be successful. I had the privilege to witness a very sad funeral one time. Someone was murdered in front of their children, and at the time that they were going to put the body in the ground, the oldest daughter out of the 5 said, I need to sing to my dad because this will be the last song he will ever hear from me. Ladies and gentlemen, don't let your dream be the last dream you dream today.
Is it okay if I put the mic away? This is
Yes.
kind of got a little bit of static or whatever in it. And is that okay? Yeah. Okay. I was so blessed by Terrence's story when he initially told me how he took his failures and succeeded and graduated from being in a wheelchair, from being in going to the next step of going to a walker and going to a cane to now he's not doing anything at all, he's walking on his own. So I was really blessed by that story. So when I think about failure and succeeding, as we can see, failing or fail means it's your first attempt in learning. And most people see failure as a downfall. They don't get any lessons, they're not sure if they can get any lessons out of it. But failure really is an opportunity to showcase, to do it over again and get it right. And there's a quote that I love that, well, this is something that Warren Buffett says. He says that, you know, he's a great, multi-millionaire philanthropist. He's great, great, great. And so he says that he doesn't touch a business unless they've failed 3 times before he will touch them and invest in them like he normally does. He's a venture capitalist, right? So he invests in business, but he said he's not touching them because guess what? Did they get the lesson?
Wow.
Did they get the lesson? So he said he's not even going to touch them unless they've failed 3 times. That's his business motto. And so we can get lessons out of failing. We definitely can get lessons out of failing. Let's talk about fear. I think you changed the slide. That's okay. Fear. There's good fear and there's bad fear. Bad fear enslaves us. It paralyzes us. Good fear is empowering. It brings about protection, good fear. So we got to learn how to manage our fears. Learn how to, that's so important. That's a lesson that you definitely want to get. Learn how to manage your fear. And sometimes you got to rise above your emotions and rise above your fear to get to the right decision. It's important. So our failures can lead us to success, and our fears can lead us to have courage. Because that's what we're all looking for. We're having a carriage experience. We want to have carriage experience where we're stepping and we're moving in the right direction and stepping towards our goals, stepping towards our future aspirations and our dreams. But it takes courage. It means stepping out of knowing that you know that I've had a failure, it's okay. Let me take a look at the mistakes that I got from that failure. Let me reevaluate them. Let me start all over again. And knowing that there's fear, and that there's good fear, and there's bad fear. But gravitate to the good fear. Let that good fear empower you, motivate you, inspire you to make a change. Definitely let it do that. And then there's a poem by Maya Angelou that we love. It says, courage allows a successful person to fail and to learn powerful lessons from failure so that in the end, it wasn't failure at all. It's not failure at all. So that's a good walk away. If you don't get anything else, is to understand how to manage those things. Manage your fears and manage your failures in life because they can bring you greatness from the lessons that they all bring. And so we want to ask yourself some questions. We want to pose these questions so you can start asking yourself, how does my daily 3 C's impact my value stream? So that's going to be your choices, your chances, and your ability to make changes. When hitting life's crossroads, how can I make turns, the right turns? How do you do that? How do you make the shifts? How do you make you start to evaluate the position as to where you are. You stop. You stop. When you're driving, you got to stop at the stop point, right? You got to stop at the stoplight. You got to stop. Then sometimes you got to slow down as you're going through the yellow light, and then there's a green light that takes you full speed ahead. So sometimes we got to stop and evaluate our turn and see where are we? How do I make the shift? You know? And then the last one is to learn how can I rise above negative fear-based decisions, which is key and pivotal. This is the one that I love the most, is celebrating yourself. Learn how to celebrate yourself. I think it's so important. I think it's so key because a lot of times we don't take time out for ourselves. We have everyone else at the top of the priority list, and we're not there. We're taking care of all of our family members, and I'm a good one at that, but I've learned to celebrate me. I've learned to take a look at my accomplishments, all of my lessons, my milestones, all of my triumphs in life. I've learned to celebrate me. And so what does that really mean? Celebrating yourself. Celebrating yourself means that there's a things to do list, and at that things to do list, put yourself first. And the reason why I say that is because you cannot be of good to anyone else. You can't serve anybody else on an empty vessel. If your vessel is empty and you're depleted, how can you serve somebody else? If you don't build yourself up, how can you really be of service to someone else if you're not strong enough or you're not built up wise, wisdom-wise, or in your health or what have you, or whatever it may be? You got to build yourself up. So you have to get in the mode of celebrating yourself. There's a quote, I like a lot of quotes. There's a quote that I love that says, go where you are celebrated and not tolerated. Go where you're celebrated. Surround yourself with people who provide you with positive energy and love and feedback. Go where you're celebrated. Go where you're celebrated and not tolerated. You got to do that because if not, you find yourself being depressed for some of us, not encouraged, not to be able to take extra steps in life and go forward in life. So you've got to go where you are celebrated. People appreciate and value who you are. You got to value who you are and what you bring. Because guess what? I always tell people, I always feel, this is my belief, is that we have an exchange in life. We exchange. When you have a friendship or you have a love relationship and you have family, that's an exchange. You want something, I want something. We exchange. We share, we partner together in that. So it's important to understand that people have to value you, but most importantly, you got to value yourself. Celebrate yourself. Don't mind, and that's what the other thing is too, I got to say. It is okay to say no.
Amen.
Woo! It's okay to say no. And guess what? When you say no, Basically what that means is you can say yes to something else. You can say yes to something else. So it's okay to say no. Your family will get over it. Your friends will get over it. And guess what? They'll still love you the same because you decided to make a decision to say no so you can say yes to something else. And you just balance it out. You know, you balance it out. You balance it out. But it's okay to say no. Don't be afraid to say no. Don't feel guilty about saying no sometimes. And say it nicely. I have learned to say it nicely. I've learned to say it nicely. And it's okay. Say it nicely. It's okay. Say it nicely. No is a powerful word because you need to be able to say yes to certain things that are a part of your life. And that you need for yourself. So that at the end of the day, you can be a good person to somebody else. You can feed them some of who you are because your vessel is not empty and you continuously building yourself up daily. Daily, 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 daily. You're continuously building yourself up.
Michelle?
All right, this is fantastic. We're going to take a 15-minute break to give you a chance to go to the restrooms and stretch your legs. But isn't this exciting? And also we have some cards we're going to pass out or passing around the room where if there's any questions that you have for Terrence or Tanya, this is a wonderful opportunity to put that question on paper. Now, do they have to put their names? Because it's anonymous.
No.
Okay, so it can be an anonymous question. So feel free to dig deep.
Put it in the box.
We'll put it in the box out front. And this is an opportunity just to ask some questions. You don't have to put your names on this. These two folks here will find the answer for you and help you make it to your next step in life. Changing your shoes. Isn't this wonderful, people? Yeah. Don't you feel the spirit in this room?